Good day, automotive enthusiasts and history buffs. Today, we embark on a fascinating journey back to the genesis of one of the world's most influential automotive empires. Our destination is Detroit, Michigan, in the year 1896, where a visionary named Henry Ford was about to unleash his very first self-propelled vehicle upon the world, the quadricycle. This wasn't merely a rudimentary car, it was a profound declaration of intent, a tangible manifestation of Ford's relentless belief in personal transportation for the masses. The 1896 quadricycle, with its humble appearance, stands as a monumental landmark, symbolizing the very beginning of a technological revolution that would forever change how humanity moved, connected, and lived. It laid the foundational groundwork not just for the Ford Motor Company, but for an entirely new industrial age, defining the legacy of one of history's most impactful entrepreneurs. To truly appreciate the quadricycle, we must understand the ambition of the man behind it. Henry Ford, born in 1863 on a farm in Michigan, displayed an extraordinary mechanical aptitude from a young age, often tinkering with watches and machinery. His fascination led him away from farming to Detroit, where he eventually secured a position as an engineer at the Edison Illuminating Company in 1891. While working long hours, Ford's mind was captivated by the nascent internal combustion engine. At a time when horse-drawn carriages dominated and early automobiles were rare, expensive novelties or steam-powered behemoths, Ford envisioned a light, affordable, and practical vehicle for everyone. He saw beyond the limitations of existing technology, fueled by an unwavering conviction that the future of personal mobility lay in gasoline power. Meticulously working on his designs in his spare time, often late into the night. The quadricycle was a testament to Ford's practical ingenuity, built with readily available components. It began with a simple, lightweight buggy frame, which served as its fundamental chassis. Instead of conventional car wheels, Ford opted for 4 robust bicycle wheels, each 28 inches in diameter, making it agile and relatively easy to maneuver. Powering this innovative machine was a 2-cylinder, 4-horsepower internal combustion engine, meticulously designed and built by Ford himself. This engine was cooled by water, a testament to the early challenges of managing heat. The vehicle featured a basic belt drive system, allowing for 2 forward speeds, 10 miles per hour and 20 miles per hour. Critically, it lacked a reverse gear, which would famously lead to an interesting incident during its maiden voyage. Steering was handled by a tiller, much like a boat, rather than a steering wheel, highlighting its experimental nature. This groundbreaking vehicle was assembled piece by piece in a small brick workshop behind Ford's home on Bagley Avenue in Detroit, a truly humble beginning for such a monumental invention. The evening of June 4, 1896, was a moment etched into history. After countless hours of tireless work, often extending past midnight in his small workshop, Henry Ford was finally ready to test his creation. The quadricycle was complete, but there was one small, rather significant problem. It was wider than the workshop's door. Undeterred, Ford grabbed an axe and proceeded to demolish part of the brick wall to free his invention. In the pre-dawn hours, at around 4 a.m., he, accompanied by his assistant James Bishop, who rode a bicycle ahead to clear the way, took the quadricycle for its inaugural spin on the quiet streets of Detroit. It was a monumental event, a simple yet profound moment when Ford's vision of personal, gasoline-powered transportation truly came to life, albeit with the quirky necessity of having to drive around in circles to change direction due to the absence of a reverse gear. The curious onlookers were certainly bewildered, witnessing this horseless carriage for the first time. The quadricycle was more than just a successful experiment. It was a powerful learning platform for Henry Ford. After its successful maiden run, Ford continued to refine his design, eventually selling the original quadricycle in 1898 for $200 to raise capital for his next ventures. This sale was a testament to its functionality and potential. He then built several other experimental vehicles, each one improving upon the last, incorporating lessons learned from the quadricycle's simplicity and its limitations, particularly the need for a reverse gear and more robust construction. His entrepreneurial journey wasn't without its initial setbacks, however. Ford's first two attempts at establishing an automobile manufacturing company, the Detroit Automobile Company in 1899 and the Henry Ford Company in 1901, both ended in failure due to disagreements with investors over production strategies and his focus on perfection rather than quick profits. Yet these experiences, though challenging, were invaluable, further honing his vision and resolve for mass production. The insights gained from the quadricycle and his subsequent experiments, coupled with the hard-won lessons from his earlier failed companies, provided Henry Ford with the ultimate blueprint for success. On June 16, 1903, with 12 investors and capital of $28,000, the Ford Motor Company was officially incorporated. This was the true culmination of the journey that began with the quadricycle. Ford's revolutionary vision was to make automobiles affordable and accessible to the average American family, moving away from the luxury item status that cars held. This ambition, directly rooted in his early experiences with the simple and practical quadricycle, would lead to the development of the iconic Model T in 1908 and the introduction of the moving assembly line in 1913. The quadricycle, therefore, wasn't just an isolated invention, it was the conceptual cornerstone upon which a global industrial giant was built, solidifying Henry Ford's legacy as a pioneer of mass production and a transformative figure in economic history. Today, Henry Ford's original 1896 quadricycle holds a place of honor at the Henry Ford Museum in Dearborn, Michigan, not merely as a relic, but as a vibrant testament to human ingenuity and perseverance. It stands as a powerful symbol of how a single, focused individual, driven by a clear vision, can ignite a revolution that reshapes industries and societies. The quadricycle embodies the spirit of innovation, demonstrating that even the most complex endeavors begin with simple, foundational steps. Its existence reminds us that every grand vision, every empire, and every transformative technology has a humble origin. It represents the very beginning of accessible personal transportation, fundamentally altering urban planning, social interactions, and individual freedom. Henry Ford's legacy, inextricably linked to this first humble machine, continues to inspire entrepreneurs and engineers worldwide, proving that with determination and an unwavering belief in a better